are here today to announce that the Justice Department has secured felony guilty pleas from the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance.
Actually, it's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Largest virtual.
Binance.
Binance. And let me be clear. It's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Council has discussed crypto regulations and legislations at length, and we have come to the conclusion that instead of regulating, we are going to ape a fat bag each into laptop and pump it to over $1,300,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 market cap. Let's fucking go, crackheads.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go, because we have to talk about the crypto market and the stimulus that might come and propel it that not everyone is seeing. Many people are seeing, okay, FTX got people some money back, but there's something else that could propel crypto in the next couple of weeks and months to come that is, in my opinion, very, very interesting. We're also looking at what is going on in terms of Bitcoin adoption at the moment, and we're taking a good look at the altcoins, so make sure to stay all the way through. So, welcome, good morning. I hope you're doing right. I had to adjust here a little bit my setup because something is just not right here with the screen. There we go. Okay, so how are you doing, guys? I see a couple of people in the chat already. I see Trucking Hank, I see Adam. Hey, what's going on, man? Longer time no see, I guess. Also because I was off for a couple of days. I see Patrick Bultman. So guys, make sure to smash up the like button to a new high if you join right now. Also, if you're watching this later, make sure to be subscribed to the channel, notifications on. And I want to thank each and every one of my rare hodlers that are supporting me so firmly and fiercely in this crypto bull market that is a very, let's say, exhausting one with all the sideways movement in between the nice legs up. So that is definitely great to know that I have all of you guys here behind me. But let's do not lose time. Let's just talk about what's going on. So Bitcoin obviously still range bound. There's not much to tell from the last streams. I mean, in my opinion, this is still a flag. There is still the option to lose this to the downside, to have it very ugly without ending the bull market. Let's let that really clear. I even said in a couple of streams that if you are bullish on this pattern that is unfolding here, you might even want the retest down here. It could be a very quick wick, a very nasty one, very quick recovery, or it can take a longer time. We don't know, but this is the setup. I mean, doesn't get more bullish than this. Shoulder, head, other shoulder. The breakout is already there. Where's the retest? We don't know. Continuation, question mark. That is what we have in front of us. But short term, the news could be important, right? So Fed officials are worried about tariffs' impact on inflation and see rate cuts on hold. Shows the Fed minutes, so basically what they've been discussing and why they came to the conclusion that the Fed rates should be on hold. That makes sense. We've also discussed it here on this channel. The question is, how long will the tariffs be in place? Because the tariffs are a means to achieve something else and not a means to have the tariffs for longer, right? Doesn't make sense to have them for longer because it just harms your own economy as well as the economy of your opponent. You're harming that. Why? Because you want to achieve something else, such as making the other side pay for border controls or stuff like that, right? But that did send crypto a little bit to the downside. That did send especially the altcoins into the red. And before we start with the altcoins, I have a very important message for you that we need to hear once again. We heard it one time, but we need to hear it again. There you go.
Fuck crypto. You don't need the anxiety. Before you bought the bullshit fantasy coin, your life was good. But then you made some money and became greedy. Now the bullshit coin is fucked. And nobody can tell you when it is going to be unfucked. Even the motherfucker who convinced you to buy the bullshit coin, who told you that it is going to be the next big thing, that motherfucker is nowhere to be found. You are on your own. And all you can do is cry about it in the shower. And hope and believe that your bullshit coin will go up in price again, so that you can sell it and make some money and buy some more and then get fucked all over again. That is crypto. Fuck crypto.
Isn't that true? Isn't that so true? This guy might be the biggest prophet of altcoins in this cycle. That is crypto. So even the motherfucker who showed you that coin is nowhere to be found. Yeah, that is. But yeah, in quite honesty, I think we should play that every time that altcoins are down. So just as a reminder that we are in the bullshit fantasy coin just for making some money. However, on a more serious note, right? A lot of lights, but hear me out. On a more serious note here, and smash up the like button, by the way, if you like this all. What seems more likely? The cycle ends a year early, with Bitcoin failing to get even close to true cycle top levels on data, like what on-chain data mentions, and altcoins go dead in the water, or the cycle remains on track to do the same thing it's done 3 times over and everything will be fine. Needless to say, I think we're going to be okay. Okay. So what is meant by this? I mean, the current argument is to say that the data that is that we have from the last cycles is going to be, like at this time is different, and that we're not going higher from here. That we are also time-wise falling 1 year short from what is usual. Yeah. That's the argument that's being made. It's very irrational in my opinion, because all things are pointing to continuation. Yeah, many people are cautious because they bought the top, and there were many people coming in the top in the last cycle because everyone had money because of the stimmy checks. Yeah, but now these people are like, I don't want to be in that position again, so they are very cautious here. But usually the market has a tendency to surprise, and it's very irrational to think that this time the pi cycle top indicator will be wrong, that the RSI will be different, that even what is that MVRVZ score and all the established indicators, that they will all fail, right? They will not be all correct, that is very clear, but that they will all fail, and that even timing and structure will fail this time. I think the likelihood is lower than we will rhyme on to the last cycles, right? I mean, we see all of this here. We have formed even the bottom territory. No, this is a funny thing. At the bottom, no one says, this time is different. We could be wrong here, right? There, everyone hopes for the bottom. So, yeah, just that as a reminder. So we basically see this here, right? This is just another top indicator, so to say. We are in the blue territory, but we are not yet at the trend line. Yeah, so we are closer to the end, but we might not be at the end. But everyone be their own judge of this. Now, positive, okay? Positive momentum. Let's listen to the current acting U.S. president.
I've signed executive orders to keep the United States at the forefront of artificial intelligence and to end Joe Biden's war on Bitcoin and crypto. We ended that war totally. That war is over. They were very hostile toward them until the very end, just because there's so many people on Bitcoin and crypto that just before the end, the SEC came out and they were being very nice. I was so nice to people because so many people were being indicted for no reason whatsoever. Very political group of people. That's all they did was they liked indicting people, but they were being indicted, and many of those indictments were dropped just before the election because they said, wait a minute, there's 100 million, 125 million people using this, and they didn't want to have, you know, all these people being voted against. But by the time they did that, it was too late. We had that vote entirely, I think. I think anybody...
Okay, so basically this goes on, but apparently Trump signed executive orders to end this war on crypto. So that's what he says here. By the way, how many times did he say people were indicted? Yeah, super funny. But the bottom line is, one fear that Trump would just use the 120 million crypto users to get a vote and then do something else has not come true until now, because he's still going out there and talks about the US becoming the capital of crypto and so on. So this positive momentum where crypto is in the main, let's say in the main categories that are being treated is going on. It's continuing, right? So there's more to come. It's not, the president being elected and the SEC had changes as the top signal. No. It's continuing. So now, what is also happening with this, and this is what I am getting at with this thumbnail and this stream, right? Elon Musk says him and Trump will discuss a Doge dividend, which will be a tax refund sent to every taxpayer based on the total savings thanks to Doge. So we know right now that this Department of Government Efficiency is running around and cutting unnecessary spending. So we have seen spending in terms of that, I don't know if that was pensions or something else, like or health insurance, I don't know what, but still paying to people that are supposedly 300 years old. We have seen that they cut stuff like $10 million for circumcision somewhere in Africa and stuff like that, right? So they are going to different institutions and auditing and looking at, hey, what did you spend money on in the last 4 years? Yeah, there are some weird things. So they are cutting this off, this recurring yearly, I don't know, 10 million, 20 million here and there. And the question is, will this happen? But if this happens, so if they save billions and billions and pay this back to the taxpayer, that could result in an unexpected stimulus check, just as we had it in COVID. Only this time it doesn't come yet out of the money printer, but it comes out of cut savings. And my fear was that if they cut expenses, that this would harm the inflow of liquidity into the markets. But it seems that if everyone in the US gets money back from that, right, then this could be a stimulus check, and this could actually fuel the bull run. So I don't know how long this will take to be implemented, but probably this year. And once this happens, everyone gets money. They are probably, like the 120 million people, they will put it into crypto. I mean, if I would get a free stimulus check right now, I would buy an altcoin with it, right? I would buy altcoin with it. So, yeah. Let's see here. Let's see also a little bit the chat here. Void says the refund would be made after the expiration of the Doge committee in July 2026. Okay, so it's a stimulus for the next bull run. Okay, I was hoping that there's one part of this fairly soon, right? That this is continuously, every time that they save up something, that they give a little bit of stimulus to the people. Maybe that is so, as you say, or maybe they see the economy is in trouble and they have to do something, so this could be a first step. We don't know. So, in any way, that is interesting. What is also interesting is, and this is what I have as a picture to that, is global liquidity is set to reverse, marking the true beginning of the Bitcoin bull run. I don't know about that, because my opinion is the true beginning of the bull run was the bottom here. And also we see that we bottomed and some liquidity came back. Yeah. And then every dip that we had in this liquidity downfall, we also dipped massively on crypto. And if we were to expand continuously now, I think these dips and sideways consolidations would be over. The question is only, how long will this take? But I think what people are fearful is they are somewhere stuck in this exact 4-year cycle theory. So they say liquidity is coming too late for the cycle. But in my opinion, the liquidity expansion or turnaround or bottoming, as we see it here, right, is you also see here this sideways chop, and then the crossover, and boom, right, the last leg that ends also with basically with this topping out, right? That this is the only and sole driver of the parabolic bull market. Yeah, here for example, we bottomed, yeah, we had the sideways chop, and then liquidity was just trailing up. So this one here was more trailing up. Now what's really crazy is we even have a downtrend, and yet we are up 6x on Bitcoin. Okay, so this crossing potentially very soon, here also looked like a cross but wasn't, this potentially crossing very soon still makes me believe that we could see something maybe not as strong as this, but trailing up, because the global economy needs the stimulus input. There's no other way around it. The governments need to print money to refinance their debt, otherwise they will all go bankrupt against what they have, right? The entire world is like 3x over their head in debt, or 1.5, or depending on which country you're looking at. They have to print money. China already does it a little bit, but there could be way more, right? So trillions of dollars and whatever currency flooding the market. The question is when. And I think that is the moment to wait for and to look, hey, how far does this go on, right? And yes, if that takes longer than usually because of whatever global reasons, then yes, we could be bull running into 2026 if that is the case. Yeah, for sure, for me, it will be, hey, global liquidity and the end of the year, right? This is what I would be looking at. Regarding that, right? Indicators, it's another story, right? Indicators will tell me something else to take partial profits, but this here is important, right? So I still expect us to run fairly soon, not because of global liquidity only, but because of the anticipation of this global liquidity expansion in gold, as we have seen already, right? I'm not going to look at this right now. You guys are here every day, you know it. But what I want to look at is the adoption that is happening at the same time. So we have here the Texas senator and Texas passing the Bitcoin bill into the committee for the strategic reserve for Texas. So let's listen to this guy as well.
I think the state of Texas should have the option of evaluating the best performing asset of the last 10 years with a 60% CAGR, cumulative annualized growth rate of 60% over the last 10 years. That's an astounding return. I think the state of Texas should have the option of evaluating the best performing asset of the last 10 years with a 60%.
Yeah, so this very quiet video, I don't know, I thought that was a little bit louder, sorry for that, but basically, yeah, like cumulative CAGR, compound annual growth rate, 60% over all time. Right now, we will look at this a little bit. Right now, the CAGR is way down. By the way, this implies that there's a move up, upswing coming. But Texas is looking at implementing this. Texas senator says, hey, we should have that. So Texas is passing or is giving that to their committee and expected to pass this in the first hearing, it could be the first state to buy Bitcoin. There are 4 states until now that have rejected this proposal already. All it needs is one state doing the right thing. Then there will be the Bitcoin state in the US, and then some will follow. And the ones that didn't pass it, they might reintroduce. We will see, or they just get wrecked. Yeah, we don't know. But Georgia also passes the bill to the Senate. It's spreading everywhere. Utah passes the bill to the Senate. So it's happening everywhere, right? Yeah. Shout out to Texas, to Utah, and to what was that? To Georgia for the move. Yeah. There are many that are doing that. So speaking of the compound annual growth rate of Bitcoin, right? So right now, Bitcoin only has a 4-year CAGR of 14.5%. So in the last 4 years, Bitcoin was underperforming some of the traditional investments that, in my opinion, will not stay like that forever. We still have a third bull year, and so far, before the CAGR was more like 40 to 50%. So I think it underperforming right now means to me also, hey, this whole rally, the whole bull run is not over yet. Maybe it's going to be over in 2 or 3 months, potentially, possibly, maybe in the end of the year. But right now, 14.5% is still nice. But in the last years, or over the same time frames, you had a 25% on the NASDAQ. So Bitcoin still has something to do to stay in that range of, hey, that's where you need to be in, like the best performing asset of all times and so on. If you are in since 4 years, I mean, the measurement that you have is the top of the last cycle. If you put 4 years here, right? You go 1 year before, your CAGR is way more up, right? Your annual growth rate is way up. So let's do not misread this. But I think that at 96K or 100K, I mean, we did not outperform this last peak that much, right? By that much. So I think there's more to come. Also looks like it, chart-wise, structure-wise, indicator-wise, news-wise, and global liquidity-wise. So that is definitely happening. So the question is, excuse me, where in the cycle are we in terms of sentiment, right? And I would say that this is very spot on. So Bitcoin is somewhere in the belief thrill territory. It will go a little bit more, but it's like the Bitcoin president, all these states trying to go to a reserve, potential US strategic Bitcoin reserve, BRICS states adopting Bitcoin, MicroStrategy being a financial vehicle towards countries and companies, as Norway's buying strategy, as who was that? There was another company who was buying strategy stock and therefore getting exposure to Bitcoin through that. So all of that is happening. I think there's no doubt in how bullish this is. So I would say we're right here on Bitcoin. For altcoins, I don't even know if we're at optimism, because right now this might be this bear trap part between hope and optimism. Maybe we are even in a hope state only for altcoins, where we are saying, I hope altcoins are coming back. I hope meme coins did not destroy. I hope that at some point people will look at supposed fundamentals of the bullshit fantasy coin that I hold, and pump it into oblivion, right? Hey Devve, good to see you. Welcome to the fam. Let's see here. Out here in Houston, that's great. So do we have more Americans here that are looking for their state to introduce a strategic reserve. I mean, also Germany has, besides Germany having sold their 50,000 Bitcoin, which is absolutely nuts, but they had to because of some ancient law where seized assets, if they're not of the illegal stuff, need to be sold off at some point. But still you could then have a turnaround maybe. So, but just FYI, if you're not aware, there will be elections in Germany on Sunday, which may or may not change things, right? We don't know. But so for, maybe there is something in the next 4 years for Germany where a government could look at Bitcoin. Yeah, we don't know, right? Economic wise, maybe, hopefully there is a change, right? So the whole Eurozone is suffering greatly from an ongoing recession. But back to this, right? So I think for the Eurozone, we are more in depression and anger and disbelief. For altcoins, I think there's more to come, even though it doesn't look like it. Altcoins are looking weak, they're looking sluggish, they're looking not so great, let's put it that way. Where is my... I have so many charts open here, I really need to unclutter this. Let's pick whatever one here. This is the VeChain one. Also, you see here VeChain. Like, we need a little bit more recovery to at least have this back test in place. For many altcoins, it looks that way. But let's look at the altcoins in a grand scheme of things, with Ethereum being the stronger one. And you see that although everyone is shitting on Ethereum, Ethereum has some things going for it that are extremely important. Yeah, and that the one thing is that the president's World Liberty Finance is buying Ethereum. The second is that institutions are buying Ethereum. Don't forget, there is an Ethereum ETF. There is a series of higher highs here that clearly marks a big fat uptrend. Yeah, let's not forget that this is how it looks. It is like a rising channel. At some point, yes, maybe it will break down, but we are squeezed for Ethereum into between the breaking of the all-time high and this previous high as support. We're holding it nicely. We don't want to lose it on the monthly. We're expecting this to bounce at some point and re-challenge this all-time high. That, and I'm saying Ethereum, but actually this is the total too, so this is everything with Ethereum. However, Ethereum is poising a big part of it together with Solana and others, right? So this total too, this crypto total too, is driven by the large caps right now. It's XRP. It's like, because this is the market cap, right? So they make biggest part of the market cap. This total too looks fantastic. If we close like this is fantastic for altcoins, right? And of course, the large caps are the first ones to move. So it doesn't matter right now that much how your bullshit fantasy coin in the top 200 is looking like, somewhere at 180 or so. That is not the most important thing. The most important thing is that the big 10 break the previous all-time high and then go on the next leg, go to 2 trillion, like almost another trillion flowing into altcoins. I mean, look, imagine how that looks, right, for your altcoin portfolio, right? So that is stuff that I'm interested in right now. Let's look at Ethereum, because I said Ethereum. Let's look at ETH against it. Sorry, I had an ETH chart that was actually populated with something. Ethereum. Oh, there we go. I think it's this one. Well, that's not much. That wasn't it. Bitstamp. There we go. Okay. And by the way, I'm sorry for the for the coughing and stuff like that, but I really I don't know, I caught something, yeah, on my travels. I was in Madrid, I was in Paris, so somewhere there and on the way, I caught something. But here we go, right? So this is Ethereum. You see this massive buying coming in, although the volume is super low. I really don't like the volume, but Ethereum just got bought up 30% in this month, is coming back here. And overall, if you would put a second line on the candle bodies, this is what we're looking for, right? For the candle bodies, the close that is coming here on this uptrend, and then Ethereum gets squeezed into this, and at some point in the very near future, it probably will break out to the upside, target close to 7K. If Ethereum can lead this charge, altcoins will do very, very well, right? So that for Ethereum. Solana, Solana, we got wrecked here on this breakout because Solana is just hovering between the all-time high and this flag. So we broke back in, which is not good. Our target, what actually did we meet this target with the wick high? Barely, right? So actually this wick went almost to the target of 306, right? It's 295, right? So yeah, our expectation was that we go here. We're short by a couple of dollars, okay? But Solana really getting wrecked right now. I don't like this at all. I was hoping that Solana can close up here, but I think even then it will probably come back up, challenge this again, and then hopefully go on another rally. But if we remember where we're coming from with Solana, when we were in the bear market, people were saying that Solana will never reach its all-time high again. It poised a new high already here. So you see how wrong people are when negative sentiment is there, right? So that is that for the big altcoins, right? Let's see the chat again. Hey guys, how are you doing? By the way, we have over 20 people here, so may I kindly ask you to smash up the like button, subscribe if you are interested in more of these live streams. I enjoy the live streams, I hope you too. And we're getting there, we're coming there. Green Lantern says, GM boys, hodl strong. G-Flow says, out here in Galveston. PH, thanks for the stream. Overall, do you think we can get 20 or 30x on portfolio from here? Okay, so that depends, because if your portfolio is made up mostly of Bitcoin and Solana and stuff like that, then the clear answer is no, because a 30x with a Bitcoin heavy portfolio means that Bitcoin has to go to multiple millions in this cycle, which will not happen, right? So, but let's just separate your altcoins from the lower part, like the altcoins. Let's say you have some altcoins that are in the top 100 or so, right? So let's just say you have Arweave, for example, right? Arweave has a 600 million market cap. So these, if this would go 10x, it would be only 6 billion, right? That is very possible for a good project to go 10x. And then if you have some smaller ones like Mcade or so, right? So for example, Mcade is 790, right? Mcade, where is it? It retraced quite a bit. I'm actually thinking of buying more, but where is it? I can't see it. Let's click on it. There we go. Okay. So Mcade has only a $23 million market cap. So for Mcade to go to 230 million is a 10x. To go to 2.3 billion, 100x. So obviously this can happen, right? This can happen. It might happen. It may not happen, right? This is a very risky game here because there's so many altcoins, right? But I think a coin like Mcade, it could actually do it, right? It could actually do such a big fat multiple. We have seen strength out of Mcade, right? Let's grab a chart. Let's look at Mcade. It's only an example, right? So can your portfolio, depending on how your portfolio is made up, it actually can go to that, but man, we see here, right? This is becoming a range, range bound. We see Mcade got sold off exactly where it started out. We are ranging now in this accumulation here. We don't really know where the stop point is for that. But once the market turns around, for Mcade it would also be it. So we were looking at this breakout. The breakout happened, and then we got massively sold off by whales, right? So we don't have a close outside of this, basically. Yeah, we really don't. So I said 1 billion is absolutely possible, and 1 billion from here would be a 50x where we are right now. Yeah, market cap. Mcade Vibes came on this channel and said 5 billion plus. I mean, imagine the return. Yeah. So these small altcoins being sold off, even if we go one more time to the altcoin all-time high, it would be a 3.5x already. Yeah. So this here is a level to watch. So the question is, so we need multiple factors. The market has to come back. Altcoins have to come back. For that, we need Solana and Ethereum and so on to go on a strong rally, right? And then the rest of the market will follow. So when is that going to happen? I can tell you. I don't know. The only thing that I know is that if we're looking at gold, it seems that Bitcoin wants to rally. Also, usually, Bitcoin needs to be, like, the market needs to be more convinced that the most return happened out of Bitcoin right now. Yeah, and it seems that the market is not convinced of that. The market is not convinced that Bitcoin, which is a pink chart here, that it's done at this point with the rally, that this is the top. Otherwise, they would try to move out and make money elsewhere, which is the altcoins, right? Of course, institutions, blah, 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 they don't do that. But usually Bitcoin follows gold. As I said before, here is 2 months of gold rally. We just had a new all-time high if you go on the little bit lower time frames. By the way, it looks like Bitcoin wants to curve up. Yeah, here for this. Maybe it's starting now. Yeah, here you go. The delay is the same. We just had a new all-time high on gold. So shout out to Stu, if you're watching this, Stu. Stu is still with the $8,000 gold price. We hope it's true, because Bitcoin will just go nuts if that's true. Devve, also Devve. Devve is another one, which we also look at frequently. Devve has another one. Where is it? Oh man, that is the indicator section. There you go. Devve USDT. So Devve. Hey, by the way, you remember, let's get rid of the Bitcoin here, but you remember, we actually called this here, so that Devve would go back to 90 cents, okay, from here, when it gets rejected. If Devve, this is actually a great time to buy. I'm not saying that Devve can't go all the way down here and find support there, but if this holds, this might be a great time to buy and get into this before the rally comes for Devve, right? So Devve retraced from here almost 50%. This could be a nice entry in general, like in altcoins. I think this is a nice entry time right now. Yeah. So this could be good. We'll see. But yeah. This could be something to think about. Yeah? And then hopefully, as I said before, like also Devve, let's look at here. So Devve has an 80 million market cap, okay? 80.80. So that 10x to 800 million, and then 2-3 billion in a raging bull market that is an alt season and so on is not out of the cards. So a 20-30x from here is not impossible, right? Could it be more? Yeah, sure. But I think Devve has a good chance to do that, to 20-30x, maybe 100x, who knows, but for that it needs to go really, really crazy. And there are many, many more coins that are capable of doing these returns, right? So all in all, yeah, that is pretty bullish. So yeah, another coin is obviously Ecomi. Omi USD. Oh, that's the wrong tab. The wrong tab. That's the Mcade tab. You don't have history there. On the monthly, obviously, as always, we're sitting at 0.002664. Still going down. Still didn't break out of the wedge. Still waiting for the whales to do their thing. But there's a little bit more volume already on this candle now. So what it seems that over the last months we're getting a little bit more volume here for the Ecomi token. The Ecomi token being used here on Stacker for purchasing crypto. For purchasing the Omi NFTs and estimated $50 plus. That's a little bit low for my vault. I think on the Veve app it shows a little bit more. But you see there's a lot of comics that are in the $1 range. So what we can look at is, for the Veve app quickly, what can you buy with the Ecomi token? Okay, so let's find a comic. And we want to have the secret rare. Wait, there's only one secret rare listed for Ecomi, which is this one. Oh, that's activity, right? Wait a second. Can I? Here I can't on the listings. I can't filter, right? But we see it here, right? So what? It seems like that when you're using the Omi to buy stuff, you sometimes get crazy discounts compared to the gem market, which is kind of cool, right? I'm actually thinking about well, here not so much, right? Here you have the tot is 500 or so. By the way, that's Doodle Lover. I know this guy. Yeah, with the tot listed here. But for example, the Superman, you get it for sub 200. So there's now a way to look at this stuff and maybe even compare between the gem and the Omi-based transactions. Yeah. So we see there's a lot listed. Some people are trying to get rid of parts of the collection for some Omis so that they can convert the Omis directly. The Ecomi logo here for $12. I was thinking for a second that's a secret rare. So here, for example, we have Veve Gold Silver logo, $3,000, 11.25 million Omi. So some people are also trying to get some Omi out of this. But so yeah, I think so. Not everything is listed, obviously, but yeah, I also have to get into this to check. What I don't see is comics. I mean, I see 2 Tarzan comics, but I don't see comics listed for that. What is that? The latest sales. So we can see a little bit of what Omi, like Omis that are being used for. So here, for example, 100k Omi for the Jim Lee Joker. These sales, they're burning some Omi, but we're not seeing like the huge sales just yet. Here are some like closer to $1 million. 2 Supermans being bought for $170. That's actually pretty cool. Here's a tot, 1.3 million a day ago. So we see there are sales going on. Actually quite a bit. I mean, quite a bit of sales that are going on. Like here, Todd, $300. Okay, so wow, that's crazy. Like people buying Todd for $300. Yeah, so this is the question: is are these transactions? They are now not. I don't know how they appear on Etherscan now. Well, that's something to find out, right? But yeah. Also, we can refresh here maybe and see if we finally we got rid of this airdrop thing, so we can look at the users for Veve. And we see the clear tendency of this year, because we are here in December, right, is up. Okay, so it's not much, but it's up. So from 874 to the next at 11, so 200 something new wallets with more than 0 collectibles, with more than 1 collectible. So unique users broke 666K after some sideways chop, which is good because yeah, I mean, people could have sold off the Christmas tree if they find buyers. So this is good, right? And then also, there's still a lot of stuff going on in the purchases as well. If we look at the last minutes only, people are buying from the comic store, as you see here, right? So here are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 mints from the Veve Comics website. And then this all is like the last 15 minutes. Like all of this has been transacted during the stream. So there's a lot going on here. Mints from the comic site again. Like a lot. It's the same. Wait a second. Yeah, it's the same guy that is minting. But some cool stuff here. The Scotty Young Thor and Venom and stuff like that. Really cool. Oh, the Christmas tree is being traded actually. So even that, like the airdrop's being traded. Here another Scotty Young mint from this wallet. Wow, nice, really good. Here's another one. So that's cool. That is cool. Stamps. Like there's a lot of, this is all within the last hour. This doesn't have metadata. I don't know what is being minted here, but this is crazy. What the heck is this? Like, these are different wallets, or maybe it doesn't load correctly. That can also be, but or it, yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. But you see, like, there's a lot going on Veve compared to other apps. Like, I mean, this is even though we are completely in the gutter with the sentiment, there's a lot going on Veve, I have to say. Anyways, guys. For today, I think we're good. I thank you all for being here. Smash up the like button right now. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Check out the OMI functionalities on Stacker if you're seeking to buy some bargains. Obviously, you have to watch the market a little bit, but sometimes you really can get a good discount there. Yeah, and wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. I see you tomorrow at Crypto Morning Coffee. Have a good one, and bye.